Hello Light Travellers, today we're taking a look at the Merino Wool Buff. That's this one right here. The Merino Wool Buff is essentially a tube of stretchy merino wool that can be worn in a larger variety of ways. As you can see by this graphic, you can wear it in more than 12 different ways. I take this with me on every trip that I go on, whether it's in hot or cold weather. It's very versatile. Personally, I use the buff in 3 main ways. The first one is just to gather it up into a kind of a band, put it over your head. And that's the first way. You can even lift it up a bit over your face and it extends down, and so if you are cold you can zip your jacket up and it will block most of the heat escaping from around your neck. The second most useful way is as an eye mask. So basically what you want to do is fold it into half. So it kind of folds down in onto itself, and you can do that a second time if you like, so that what you have is a nice thick tube, and then you just put this over your eyes to cover them, like so. And I can't see anything right now. Okay, the last most useful way to wear a merino wool buff is to get the tube, put your hand in both ends, and then twist it once in the middle, and then fold down the top over itself, so that the top is essentially sealed. There is a little gap there. Depending how tight you twist it, you can seal that gap. And then just put it over your head, and then you have yourself a beanie. Even in hot weather, this buff can be used as a bandana to keep the sun off your neck. And because it's merino wool, it doesn't feel too hot or too cold. This is just one of the natural properties of merino wool. The merino wool feels cool in the hot weather and warm in the cold weather. The buff is made from quite a thin merino wool and it's very tightly woven, so it's very soft and it doesn't feel itchy at all. Even if you stretch it and wear it over your head multiple times, it will always revert back to its original size. I haven't really noticed it feeling saggy even after months of use. However, if you're not careful with how you wash it, you can do some damage to the merino wool, so I always recommend washing it by hand. So some of the good points about the merino buff are that it's made from merino wool, meaning it's very naturally odor resistant and can be worn several times without needing to be washed. It's also very lightweight and compressible and rolls up smaller than a pair of socks. Finally, it dries very quickly. Some of the negatives that I've noticed are that the wool is on the thinner side, but it doesn't diminish the warmth. Finally, it is also on the more expensive side, but for what it can do, I think it's well worth it. Overall, a staple piece in my bag, and I wouldn't travel anywhere without it. It's better than an eye mask and a scarf, and more compact than both. So that's it, thanks very much for watching. Be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of scarf that you wear when you're traveling, and be sure to tune in for the next video.